Amazing. We saw in the video Mattel say they're looking for a lifelong relationship with their customers. It's just not buy a toy and be done, but how can, within a brand or across all brands, there be this long-lasting relationship? We all want that. We want engagement, whether purchases are frequent or infrequent. And our next example with Room and Board is an awesome example because we all don't buy furniture every day. That's not something we do. When we do buy furniture, it's very important. And what Room and Board knows is when we're engaging to buy furniture, there's some journey in our mind. And if they can connect to that journey, good things will happen. So we know that it's not just a series of disconnected interactions and maybe some other purchase will occur, but it's goal-driven, it's purpose-driven, is how can we create a holistic customer relationship and have that be for a reason? Let's take a look at Room and Board in the next video.
The most exciting thing about retail today is the creativity you get to have in thinking about how to connect the digital and the physical worlds. And what's that exciting place? Where it's seamless. The customer is the customer. They don't care if they're shopping in a store or the web or calling you on the phone. They are the same person. And it's really important that you know that.
We're all about helping consumers create a space that is enjoyable as a reflection of who they are.
And we're doing that through the idea that the customer wants to feel like we know them all the way through the process.
I mean, you got 30,000 people on your site at any given time, and you got 30,000 different reasons why they're there. So how can we take all these visitors and make it relevant down to that one customer?
We want to help create the perfect home for you. And that's different than the perfect home for someone else.
We're not about being the biggest, but we want to be the best.
The Salesforce Marketing Cloud has allowed us to take that connection you have in a brick and mortar store and apply it to a digital world, and that's just the magic. It's super fun to do.
Every Monday morning, it's predicting what we should deliver to our consumer based on their behavior.
All of the email programs are sent out by the Marketing Cloud without us ever thinking about it.
That's the beautiful thing about Salesforce. We're no longer saying, hey, I'll create a list, I'm going to send it to these people. We're letting the data decide that for us.
Our entire database of customers and their purchasing decisions are being funneled into that. It's effortless.
Not only that, the predictive intelligence that we're doing with our product recommendations, it's like our silent design associate.
Tailoring our communications and our abilities to reach out to you based on what you're doing at that moment.
Then that customer moves from our website to our store, and it's a shared experience. And that information is being used for that next customer that's browsing those similar items.
So we're getting a holistic view of the customers who bought that sofa and what they bought with it, which is why the recommendations are so good.
We're actually introducing items to the customer they didn't even think they needed. And every day, that machine learning is getting smarter. Every day, we're delighting our customer.
It's given us more opportunities and more ways to enhance and deepen the relationship with those customers in a very personal way. The impact of the Salesforce Marketing Cloud has been a higher average order value.
It's 40% higher in the web. It's 60% higher in the store.
The first day, people were buying things direct and we're like, what? They're doing that?
They're walking in the store already anticipating that they're going to buy that sofa and that lamp. So they're really completing that space.
The data just keeps getting better and better, and the results just keep getting better and better.
Our conversions are up like 600%.
The numbers don't lie. It's a marketing tool we can't do without.
It's almost unbelievable.
The success is doing this.
Our ROI is pushing 2,800%. 2,800%. I mean, that's phenomenal.
It just works. It just works.
We wouldn't be able to do any of that unless we had the Salesforce Marketing Cloud in place.
Although we want to monetize and have ROI, the more important piece to us is our customers are getting the best possible information. We know you do the right thing, the sales come.
Did you hear those business results? Aren't that amazing, incredible? It really does defy explanation. Do you know what Room and Board cares most about? Their customer. They care about their customer. And they know if they focus on their customer, good things will happen. And we're a great partner helping them achieve that. So Mary Kay Hughes, our Senior Vice President of our services team. Mary Kay, show us what Room and Board means by letting the data decide. Everyone, Mary Kay Hughes.
Thank you, Scott. Everybody, I am so excited to share this customer story with you today for a number of reasons. First, we've had the opportunity to partner with Room and Board for over 10 years now. And as you heard from the video, they're experiencing amazing results. But why I am most excited is because I'm a loyal customer myself. Many of you probably don't know, but all of their products are made from sustainable, natural materials, and all the pieces are handcrafted right here in the US. I'm such a fan, in fact, that I had a recent move, and I used it as a very justifiable excuse in my mind to completely redo my living room. So I went into the store, Room and Board, and the first thing I wanted to purchase was my couch. So I picked out the style, I picked out the fabric, I made sure it had the comfy flop factor test, and I bought the couch. And it was at this point in the customer life cycle where Room and Board has changed the game. I mean, you heard from Scott, people don't buy furniture every day. So how does Room and Board get them to re-engage and come back into the store and come back to the website? Well, one way that they're doing this is through the Complete My Room campaign. And leveraging both email and predictive intelligence, they're re-engaging the customer with compelling recommendations. But what's important to note about these recommendations is that they're not based on what a merchandiser at Room and Board thinks would look good in my living room with my couch. They're based on my past interactions with the brand, things I've been looking at on the website, or even things maybe I purchased before my couch. And it's that level of relevancy that entices me to purchase it. And you can hear from the results, it's working. A 40 to 60% increase in average order value. But let's think about what John said in that video. He said a 60% increase in average order value in store, but the recommendation came online. That is connecting the physical to the digital world. But as Scott mentioned, Room and Board is a customer-first company, and they have been since their inception. It's so important to them to get the right information to the customer at the right time. They've been doing it for years in store, but now they're able to do it online. In fact, one of my favorite quotes in the video, other than when Kimberly said, "What?" It was also when she said, "It's about just doing the right thing for our customer and sales will come." And that they are. I mean, you heard the results. So let's talk about how they're actually doing it. Our predictive intelligence product is made up of 3 main components I want to share with you today. The first is the web tagging. We have to create a connectivity between your website and the Salesforce Marketing Cloud. The second is the power of this data science. There's dozens of algorithms that power these recommendations. And then finally, with all that data, we have to make sure it's actionable. We have to make sure you can use it. And so we've created a predictive content area that's accessible to all of you in the email editor, that's as easy as dragging and dropping to leverage those product recommendations. But let's get back to me now. I've got a couch. I need some chairs. Let's go shopping. So we'll go on the website, and we'll start looking at some chairs. And the Salesforce Marketing Cloud is actually running on roomandboard.com. So as we start to browse at chairs, we'll see that certain product recommendations surface to me. And again, those recommendations are for me. They're based on my past interactions. And as we continue to click and look at chairs, every single one of these clicks is streaming back into the Marketing Cloud and posting against my contact record, building that profile about me. That data is then able to be leveraged across many different marketing programs. In fact, let's jump into the app and take a look at my profile. You'll see a number of things about me that Room and Board knows. The first is the couch I purchased. But then you'll see the chairs that we were just looking at on the website, the clicks that we made. As you scroll further down, this is where the data science is coming into play. There's a visualization of those product affinities I'm showing, whether it's product categories or product types. And then finally, This is where the magic happens. These are the product recommendations. And as you'll see, those are the same product recommendations that were just surfaced to me on roomandboard.com. They were coming from my contact record here in the Marketing Cloud. So let's build a campaign using this data. As we jump into the email editor, I just want to quickly orient you. On the right-hand side is the persistent preview. As we build the email out, this real-time updates, and it also shows the content at a subscriber level since our content's so dynamic. On the left-hand side are the content areas, many different types that we can use as we build our campaign. I'm going to use 2 today. The first is the reference item. We can key off one particular segment as the hero image. So it could be last viewed, last purchased, it could even be abandoned. We're going to do last viewed today, and it comes over with the living room category for my subscriber. The second content area I'm going to use is the predictive content area I just told you about that we released earlier this year. And with the drag and drop mechanism, we're able to leverage the same product recommendations that were powered on roomandboard.com and now leverage them in the email campaign. Just that easy. It really is that easy. We built it together just now. Room and Board sends this out every week, so we would just save this email and automate it to send out every Monday morning. And just as easy as it was to build that campaign, it's equally easy to measure the results. Room and Board recently implemented the predictive intelligence, so it was important to them to be able to measure how is it truly performing. What's the difference between when I am using predictive content versus when I'm not? So we've already pulled in conversion data for when the predictive content's used versus when static content's used or labeled as not predictive here. But as we're in the report builder, over on the left-hand side, you can see hundreds of different data attributes we could be pulling in to customize our reporting. This is both standard data available, but also data specific to your business, and in this case, Room and Board. And Room and Board always likes to segment their data on product category. It's always important for them to know how living room's performing against bedroom, as an example. So I want to add this to my report, and as we pull it over and drop it in, the data automatically updates. You see all the segments now of how the predictive versus not predictive is performing within each product category. But I'm a visual person. I like to see bar graphs, so we'll flip it over, and there it just jumps off the screen. The results are exponentially different. Tim at the demo desk is helping me out, and he has my phone. As you know, I just made a purchase, so I've also just recently received this campaign, and I want to show what this looks like from the subscriber perspective. And there it is. There's a living room category, and there's some chairs that are recommended for me. There's the email we actually just built. But Room Board is doing this at scale, sending this campaign personalized to hundreds of thousands, millions of subscribers every week.
Hey, Mary Kate, so sorry to interrupt, but I'm also a shopper at Room and Board, and I got my email as well. Do you mind if I pull it up?
Yeah, let's pull it up and take a look.
Yeah, cool. So here's my email. It looks very similar to yours, except my images are completely different. So I purchased some outdoor chairs last week, and I'm guessing that's why I got my email now. And there you can see my hero image is for outdoor furniture, and I'm in the market for umbrellas and other outdoor items. So this is perfect for me. That's great.
That's awesome. I would do the red umbrella, and I'll bring the cocktails this weekend for a good barbecue. You guys, that is one-to-one personalization. That is what has allowed Room and Board to see a 600% increase in conversion rates. We've been talking about one-to-one personalization for a while now, but Room and Board is doing it and redefining customer engagement.
Mary Kay, incredible. What an amazing demo.